Friends, welcome to our current affairs series. Today's questions basically MCQs and of course the explanation also there. Same style. I'll show the question paper. Just try all these things. Yeah, beta, these are the questions here. Now, delimitation in India. Very important questions in this one, of course, from newspapers and news agencies like right, All India Radio News, DD News, like that, which is ultimately suitable for us. We have taken that. I'll explain all these things, my youngsters. At the same time, before starting these are, of course, the questions. Today's news in brief, that is news analysis, which is very crucial for our examination. Yeah, beta. In the point of polity and governance, very important point, I think, this is what today's great thing. It's a historical day in India. That's only because at the time, of course, when I'm, in fact, as of now, the bills introduced, three bills introduced today, that's on 16th of April in Lok Sabha, right? The discussion is going on, and by tomorrow evening, we'll get the wonderful result of this one here. So, beta, the question, of course, information is Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. That's specifically for women reservation. How much it is? The Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam 2023 provides 33% reservation for women in which organization? Legislatures. That's Lok Sabha and that's Union Legislature and state legislative assemblies. Remember, there is no discussion of Rajya Sabha in this case. So what's the present scenario? Special Parliament session to pass three amendments, key amendments. What are those amendment bills for? One is Constitution 131st Amendment Bill 2026. Beta, please remember, this is a very important, you can expect this type of things. 131st Amendment Bill 2026, Union Territories Law Amendment Bill 2026, and a Delimitation Bill 2026. Right? So this is purely amendment to the existed law, of course, existed one actually. So now these two are, and additionally these two also there. So why this is what actually, see, major point, reservation will be implemented only after delimitation. This is what expected implementation from 2029 in the point of in general elections of 2029. So that's we need immediately, right? This bill has to pass, the three bill has to pass here, bills completed. Delimitation explained. So redrawing constituency boundaries based on population. And we are taking and considering 2011 census for this one. And friends, I want to tell you, as on date, we have 550 seats constitutionally for Lok Sabha. So there is a chance of increasing, right? More than 50% actually speaking. That's around, in fact, 275 is nothing but around 8. So 850 they are telling that, and we will just get the information by tomorrow. So that's around 50% is suitable, but when we can take that, the complete tomorrow. Right. Now, census 2027, the phase one begins. We have two phases. One is house listing and this completely the population census. First, they're taking the housing conditions, how the house is there. That's census 2027. That's, of course, it is covering Goa, Karnataka, Odisha, Sikkim, etc. But this is what you say. Yes. The new feature in this 2027 census, I think, in every 10 years, officially, we must have this. But because of COVID-19, 2011, after that's 2021 must be there, but it's, the reason already. So none of discussing that part. So this is specifically why this is very important, implies to whom actually the recording the welfare schemes and delimitation, resource allocation, everything. But in this case, very important point, of course, now you have to observe that even in my other video, which we can have already, right, for the CLAT program, there I have mentioned that the first state to implement UCC, that's Uttarakhand. The same thing, now one more state here, but already, because Gujarat is there, this is what you call here. Now the present discussion is upon Chhattisgarh. The state to draft UCC via high-level committee, and this is headed by Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai. So, beta, what is actually Uniform Civil Code under Article 44 of DPSP. Even that point also I mentioned in this one, it is there. So that is only common law for personal laws. That means in the case of marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption. That's the basic thing. Now there is no question of religious applications in this case. One state, one law in the personal applications better. So then go to next one here, the taxation philosophy. Right? This is President emphasized. Tax is trust between citizens and state. It should be fair, efficient. That is, of course, our and balanced also. Our President of India emphasized in her explanational speech that international relations, of course, this is a very important point today. India-Australia relations. Of course, no doubt, Australia is the best friend of our country. Talks between our wonderful Prime Minister and Christian Stalker. So here, trade investment, energy cooperation, multilateral coordination, and background is India-Australia ties strengthened after 2024 visit. That is, of course, in the point of international relations. We'll go through that one bit. West Asia crisis. It's a very crucial one. It's simply continuing now. This is what Donald Trump claims war nearing end. If it happens, really, whole world will be very happy better. Iran threatens to block Persian Gulf, Red Sea, Babel, Mandeb Strait. So I am going to ask you multiple choice questions upon this one. The key strategic points in this case, Strait of Hormuz, it handles 20% of global oil, very serious one. And Red Sea, major trade route. So the blockade from this is this fellow, for that fellow is that one, means it's a serious issue. Then implications are going to be like this with oil price volatility and supply chain disruption. Definitely that happens, particularly for India. Energy security concerns is a very serious issue for our country. And trade route vulnerability is a major point because we get our oil from that routes only. So better maritime security. So this is what you call India committed to free and safe navigation and important concept freedom of navigation under this United Nations law, CLOS. So economy better. India's export performance is very fantastic. Total exports is $860 billion. It's a 4.22% of growth. You can imagine that. The main thing in this are exports, goods and services, my dear. And of course, we have imports are $979 billion. See, completely, generally exports and imports difference is that always we have purely deficit, because if you get 100 rupees income and if you spend 70 rupees, it's a good one better. Whereas in our export concept, that is what you call fiscal deficit. And our exports are, you are observing here now, imports are this much, export are this much. Definitely gap is maximum, my friends. So this is called trade deficit. Now come to the point here. Federal politics and elections. Now you are witnessing every day the political news in newspapers. So there is what we have already 3 completed, the remaining to Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. I don't want to just which party there, that will be. And Bihar's wonderful wing in this case, very point is Samrat Chowdhury becomes the first BJP chief minister of Bihar. But that means what? As of now in Bihar, BJP person is not there. BJP is not ruling party, of course, as chief minister. That's the first BJP chief minister of Bihar now. Significance of this one actually better. Political realignment, impact on definitely national politics. Now, my dear, NCW calls what is it? National Commission for Women. Because, very serious incident in TCS case. Very unfortunate. This National Commission has taken so much action upon this one. So just focus on that issue. Even it is in all angles, it's very important. Environment and development, of course, Viksit Bharat Vision. Prime Minister highlighted 9 development pillars in that: tourism, natural farming, and citizen participation. In sports point of view, chess achievement, R. Vaishali wins PDA Women's Candidates Tournament. Remember, that's a very important point. Now, next one, I'll come to the point of our wonderful part of MCQs. Now, this part is very crucial. Yeah. Consider the following statements regarding the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. It provides 50% reservation for women in parliament. No, it's not correct. it will be implemented only after this delimitation. That's what actually the today's government concept, of course. Yes, better. And it includes reservation in Rajya Sabha. No, Rajya Sabha matter is not there in this. So option is where we have only two. So option B is right answer. Then go to next one here. Delimitation in India is based on definitely population, right? So economic indicators, population data, area of states, voter turnout. Now that is the option is population data is right answer better. Then go to question number 3. Which article of the Constitution relates to Uniform Civil Code? Even I mentioned that in my analysis also. UCC under Article 44, that's up DPSP better. Direct to principles of state policy. Fourth question, the Delimitation Bill 2026 primarily deals with allocation of Lok Sabha seats, redrawing constituency boundaries, reservation for SC/ST. But in this case, delimitation is nothing. First of all, that especially this bill is for boundary limits. So option is allocation of Lok Sabha seats and redrawing of that. So option is 1 and 2. So A is right answer better. Which of the following correctly describes 3-line whip? So every party now issued this whip, my dear. What is that said? So they have to follow the whip of the concerned party. They do the guidance and whatever the advice from the party, they have to follow. That's what actually said mandatory attendance and voting. Every party, almost the opposition also, and the ruling party also. That was. Now, India's exports reached approximately, just I mentioned in my analysis, that's $860 billion, my dear. Trade deficit occurs. I just mentioned this point also. Unfortunately, imports more than that of exports, that trade deficit. So option is if imports greater than that, you can say more than that of exports, you can say it's a trade deficit. Eighth question, which of the following contributes most to India's exports? Definitely service sector. Option C better. Ninth question is, increase in Sensex generally indicates, it's a very important point, increase in Sensex is confidence in the investor's mind. That's what investors' confidence is right answer. C better. Balance of payments includes, yes, current account, capital account, 3, fiscal account. Which of out of 3 which is correct? Correct one is 1 and 2, current account and capital account. So 1 and 2 we have in option A better. Then come to the point of in the international relations. Strait of Hormuz is important because everything it is actually major oil trade route exactly. Then Babel Mandeb Strait connects Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. So option A better. Please focus upon this one and the area also. This you please focus upon that one. This is very interesting and important point for our geography topic. Which principle ensures free maritime movement? Just I mentioned the same thing that UNCLOS. So my point, please take all the expansions of these things and go through that. The Paris Agreement also very important that go through that today. Disruption in Red Sea impacts global trade, oil supply, food supply chains. Yes, beta. Everything disruption of Red Sea is very unfortunate. It's going to be impacting all these 3. So option C, beta. India's concern in West Asia crisis is mainly energy security because oil imports almost all, of course, India, we're importing 80+%, approximately 85%, we're depending upon imports only. That's the reason. Now, National Commission for Women is it a constitutional body or statutory body? It's a statutory body. B right answer. Suo motu means just they will take themselves, that's on its own motion. Now, first BJP Chief Minister of Bihar, Samrat Chaudhary, then which is not part of BOP, that's called as balance of payments. It is current account and capital account, financial account, which is not in that is called as budget account better. Census in India is conducted at an interval of generally 10 years. So now this time is because of Corona, it's extended. So we have already the house listing started and census count will start in the month next before of this one, the whole things will finish. So next one, the National Commission for Women was established in which year? This is a very important question, Baba. Focus on this also. Option is 1985, 1992, correct answer B. The Delimitation Commission is appointed by, who will appoint this? Prime Minister or President of India or Election Commissioner, Parliament? Yes, definitely President of India is the right answer. Which of the following is correct regarding the Rajya Sabha and Women Reservation Bill? So there is no question of Rajya Sabha's issue here. Rajya Sabha seats will be reserved. Rajya Sabha seats will remain unaffected. Rajya Sabha will have 50% reservation. Rajya Sabha will be abolished. Better option is B. Rajya Sabha seats will remain unaffected. This is last one is a horrible thing. It's a permanent body. Then trade agreements primarily help in which one? Increasing imports, increasing exports, reducing inflation, increasing taxes. So better in this case is our, of course, Australia issue I mentioned, India-Australia ties like that. In that case, this is the question. The Sensex index is associated with. Sensex is for Bombay Stock Exchange. Nifty for that, of course, I'll tell you NSE. So option is BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. The Nifty index is associated with what? National Stock Exchange. So it is NSE. Next bit, an increase in global oil prices is most likely to. Yes, every price will increase. That is indicates definitely inflation beta. Geography and international relations. The Red Sea connects the Mediterranean Sea through. It's a very important point. Suez Canal. Suez Canal, right answer for this one. Please focus upon Red Sea today. Next, Nana. Which of the following is not a major maritime choke point? So, Strait of Hormuz, very serious one. I mentioned Mandeb, that is in the analysis I have mentioned. Strait of Malacca also there. Gulf of Mexico is not that. So D is right answer for this 29. Census in India is conducted by who will? Option A, Niti Aayog. B, Election Commission. C, Registrar General of India. D, Ministry of Finance. Better answer for this question is Registrar General of India. C, correct answer. Now 31st is the IMF primarily deals with. International Monetary Fund deals with trade disputes, monetary stability, climate change, health policies. It shows itself monetary stability better. The WTO is responsible for military alliances, global trade regulations, monetary policy, environmental protection. Definitely global trade regulation. Then, yeah. Now, the lifting of delimitation freeze after 2026 may lead to. Yes, option. You have three statements are there, beta, which is correct. All are one or two are total. Increase in Lok Sabha seats, perfect. I mentioned it. Redistribution of political representation and changes in federal balance. Exactly. All are correct. So option D. Then 34th, of course, 33 questions I have taken today. I'll be with you, of course, with another video tomorrow. Same news analysis. And my particular thing is focus upon MCQs. Just follow this and share to your friends. That will be right. It will definitely give you wonderful point to the concept of current affairs. Great time. Bye-bye.